As Virginia and North Carolina farmers conclude harvesting their 2016 crops, they are evaluating the performance of their 2016 corn and soybean varieties even as they begin looking forward to 2017, with a focus towards managing costs and maximizing opportunity on every acre.
This is one of the better bottoms that I farm, and I chose 1131 partly because it was available as a conventional, and 1131 will do as well as anything in this good bottom ground, any other variety that we've got in the lineup at this time for the money. I've planted 1131 a few years and it's been pretty consistent. This bottom has very good fertility, and I chose 1131 because of its high yield potential. It's capable of contest type yields, and still holds up under somewhat dry conditions, but we try to keep it in the bottoms and some of the better land. And I've got cover crop rye here that's rolled down. That's helping suppress the weeds. This corn was just treated conventional, sprayed at planting, and has not been post-sprayed. And the 1131 I feel is just the best bang for the buck to get the most yield potential for the least money on this farm.
This year I planted a lot of 1043 and some 1085, which is a sister corn, right? And they all look real well. They've got real nice ears on them. The corn's kind of medium height, and even the corn that is not very tall has a nice ear on it. And you know, for grain farming, that's what I really want. You know, if the corn gets too tall, then it's acceptable to high wind, bad weather. Most of my shorter season corns, which are those two, got planted toward the end of May, and they're already starting to show some dry down in the shuck, and I think they're going to dry down real well and yield real well. Real good disease resistance in these two corns. I mean, they're just beautiful. I mean, throughout the summer, they just remain nice and waxy and pretty green, and I'm not noticing any disease coming in them. And here we are about the 1st of September, and they're just beautiful.
We at Advance Agriservice understand that a major key to our continued success is staying focused on what we do best, finding and marketing the best corn and soybean varieties for our Virginia and North Carolina customers. That process begins by working closely with our friends at Seed Consultants as they conduct an expansive research effort that leads the industry. Over the last 12 years, our relationship with Seed Consultants has matured and our sales have grown as we have continued to build our variety lineup for our variable soils and volatile weather. We can cite no better example of success in our research than SCS 11HR63.
This corn here is 1163. I've been planting this for several years now. I don't know how many years it's been, probably 3 or 4. I don't think you can beat it. I had a field last year that did around 250 bushel, and that was like a 56-acre field. And it's got good plant health, makes big ears. It's hard to beat that corn for yield. And I'll probably be planting it again next year.
We've had an extraordinary year. We planted this year about mid-May, May 20th to 25th. I'm not sure about my dates there, but it had never, I don't think it really was ever under any stress. It was just a short period of time it was, but it is filled out to the tip, and it's a lot of tonnage. I figured maybe 30-ton corn here. We cut some corn earlier, some of the first corn we planted, and I think from what the chopper man was saying, it was 30-ton plus. We didn't weigh any of it, but we extremely well pleased with what the results are. Like I said, good growing conditions this year. We're thankful that we had such a crop. We really needed it with the market where it is today with the milk, but definitely the tonnage is here for making the year go forward for what we have.
11HR63, of course, is our top selling silage variety, and as you can see, it's our top seller for a good reason. It's been our yield leader in tonnage for the last several years in our silage plots.
In 2016, SCS 11HR63 continues to demonstrate yield dominance across Western Virginia, and we predict it will be our top-selling product again in 2017. Additionally, we have added 2 exciting new companions to SCS 11HR63, SCS 1125 AMX and SCS 11RR36.
The exciting thing about this hybrid, we're using a new pedigree, a new male, to make this cross, one that brings us a significant amount of ear girth. We tend to see 18 and 20 row around ears, as well as a lot of length at the 35 to 40 kernels per row. This hybrid will pollinate out to the tip, giving us maximum yield opportunity for each plant. We like its plant health overall. We would probably rate it as an 8 out of 10 on overall plant health, both on gray leaf and on northern corn leaf blight, so it brings us some durability and strength and consistency from that standpoint. But as I mentioned, we've got to see it over a lot of different growing environments over the last 2 years under some significant heat stress, significant dry weather in places, as well as some high yield environments. And we feel that the performance has been excellent in all those conditions. It's going to be an exceptional silage hybrid for us from a digestibility and a tonnage standpoint. And the hybrid that was very popular for us in Virginia over about a 5-year period there was 1145. This hybrid brings us a lot of things from a plant characteristic standpoint, as well as a yield potential and digestibility standpoint, much like 1145 did. So a hybrid that falls in that 112-day maturity, a hybrid that gives us a lot of durability and the ability to go across varying environments and conditions. We think this thing's got a big place in our lineup and it's going to be something that we rely heavily on in the future. 11RR36, another exciting hybrid we're happy to bring forward for the 2016 and 2017 growing seasons. As you can see here today, this hybrid brings exceptional grain quality and test weight to the table for us. It's going to be a hybrid that we use as the sister line to the 1125. Again, a leafy hybrid that will give us some good silage characteristics, but probably the thing we're the most excited about is the potential this hybrid has at replacing 1131 in our lineup. From a heat and stress tolerance standpoint, as well as a drought tolerance standpoint, this hybrid we feel is probably has more durability in those environments, and we see some extra yield potential at the top side over the 1131.
This is 1136 YHR here in their test plot, and it's looked really good. This plot endured some heavy stress at the wrong time, but as you can see, it got pollinated and has turned out really well considering what it's been through. We're going to have this available next year in 2017 as a YHR triple stack, and also as an RR, for a refuge corn. This corn is done well. It's got good grain quality. I think it'll do well in the stress-prone region that we live in the Piedmont of North Carolina. It's looking really good in this plot for us this year. This variety, if we compare it to 1131, it's still going to be in that 113-day corn range. And from what we're seeing, I think it's going to be a great replacement for it. 1131's done good for us in the past. We have to move on, but I see no problem with this variety in the future replacing 1131.
You may have wondered, how does Seed Consultants and Advanced Agri-Service have several of the most prominent varieties in Virginia Tech and North Carolina State Variety Research rankings? The answer is no secret. In fact, we advertise it constantly. It's by testing in locations that represent different microclimates within our service area. These testing locations provide us critical yield data and agronomic scoring needed to advance new products and position our current products correctly on your farm. Please join us in commending our farmer cooperators who commit their time and effort to make this program successful. So, as we begin our discussion about variety selection for 2017 corn production, you can be confident that our product recommendations will be rooted in plot results produced by farmers from your area. Highly productive soils should begin with SCS 11HR63, along with SCS 1125 AMX and SCS 11RR31. For marginal soils and microclimates that limit yields far below the potential of most hybrids, we recommend SC 1172, SC11AGT74, SC11AQ43, and SCS1094YHR. These are rugged genetics that protect yield by having an extra measure of drought tolerance when things get really tough.
All right, this is a 1143. It's a 114-day corn. This is a corn that we've had for a couple years that I really like myself. I've got a third of my whole crop in this variety. It's got drought stress. It's got heat stress. It's got good grain quality. It's got a real hard cob to it. It's a determinate ear. As you can see, these ears, they're all filled out all the way to the tip. This was planted at 32,000, and this is a variety that if you're going to plant it, you need to up your population on it a little bit. It's just a real tough little hybrid. We like it a whole lot and hope to move forward with it. It's went through some severe stress situations. It's went from feast to famine, and it's performed well in the scenario it's been growing in.
It's Dwayne Jackson, along with my son Troy, Cameron, North Carolina. Planted the corn March 30th. It grew off really well. We're real pleased with it. First time we've planted this variety, and we've been real pleased with it. Last year we had had deer corn. He snapped it with a snapper, and he started the middle of August. So I don't know if this will quite be ready that quick. It's so big and green this year. It might be on into September, but we're in extremely sandy soils, so we're really surprised with the results we got this year, because typically half a year is what we make in this sandy soils, but this year with this variety, it's done really well.
You would be correct to assume that we are excited about our 2017 corn variety lineup, but we've also been consistently growing our soybean lineup choices for Virginia and North Carolina soybean producers.
We started cutting some 396 Seed Consultants non-GMO beans last week, and they're yielding really well. The first 65 acres we combined was yielding about 70 bushel, and I've been planting non-GMO Seed Consultants beans now for 3 or 4 years, and I'm getting along really well with them. Planted some 5418s in previous years and also this year, and they look really well too.
So a new release for us for 2016 and going into 2017 is 9497s. We really like the look of this new release. It looks like it's going to do what we are asking it to do, which is replace the 9494s, and nice, clean, medium stature bean that we hope will show us and exceed the yield of the 9494s. And we have the 9474s, which a lot of our customers in the Shenandoah Valley are growing, and they look really well here also. They've had optimum growing conditions here this year, and it's on sandy loam peanut country down here below Richmond. And we've really expanded our soybean sales and our soybean lineup over the course of the last few years, and we have products available now that are second to none in the marketplace.
Locally adapted varieties and the latest technology. That's a powerful combination for your farm. Our customers and dealers are the heart of our seed business, and we take it very seriously when you commit corn and soybean acres to Seed Consultants. It's teaming with forward-thinking growers like you that make the idea of moving yields forward a reality. We look forward to working with you on your 2017 crop.